Hey, what's going on? Old fashioned ice cream appliance boot camp. Let me give me a second. Let me put that up. There we go. Okay, we're back. Hey, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Uh, Usually I don't come live today, but today is such a nice and pretty day we got going on, and I'm out here at my part time job. My part time job, I'm intern right now. I'm seeing they got me on a temporary basis to see if I qualify. But I'm trying to get this job as a door greeter out here at Old Fashioned Ice Cream. So I'm out here now working. I'm the intimate door greeter and seeing if I can actually get the job full time. But I wanted to kind of come to you all today to kind of talk to you all. Got a lot going on. As you know, I'm actually building the ice cream parlor over in Rocky Mount. I got this ice cream parlor uh, going on here in actual Selma. I got quite a bit of stuff going on. And sometimes from with me doing all of this, I get people question, what's your actual goal with what you're doing here? My goal is I want to be in retirement, full retirement. For what like for retirement to look. The retirement that I'm looking for is for me to do exactly what I'm doing here now, being this door greeter, setting out in front of my ice cream parlors, either here or Rocky Mount, or doing events when I need to and stuff, and pretty much just really doing it from spring until the fall. So right now, we're in the fall hours here at this ice cream parlor. So right now we're only open Thursday through Sunday, and we're not going to go back to our spring hours until March the 20th. So I wanted to come in. I said maybe you all might want to do the same thing. So my goal is starting on March the 20th, 2025. My goal, I need to do it $1,000 a day. Uh, some way, not just the ice cream. Whatever I got to do, I got to get $1,000 a day. What they say about hook or crook, I'm going to make $1,000 a day, Monday through Friday. That's why I'm just 5 days a week. I want to make $1,000 a day, and from there, during that time frame, that gives me about 120 days. And if I can make $1,000 a day, that gives me $120,000, and I'm out of it by September the 22nd. September the 22nd, 2025 is the actual beginning of fall. So, just like if you're planting a garden or anything like that, this is the time you actually start putting your crops and your seeds in the ground, getting ready for the harvest time. So what we're doing, I'm actually building stuff now, just like people, the farmers and stuff. They're actually tilling up their land, dising it up, putting the fertilizer down, getting it ready for it to actually come back around to the harvest time. I'm doing that with my businesses. I'm actually getting them turned around, getting them redone, getting them ready to actually produce. At the same time, you all who actually have these actual businesses, you all can do the same thing along with me. We can hold each other accountable. A lot of times, with us, when we start talking like that, like we're going to do $1,000 a day, this and that, a lot of times family and friends might not have the vision to be able to see that. So we don't have nobody to really hold us accountable. And what happens, um, uh, I'll go ahead and say that. I'll go ahead and say that. A lot of times we get, we, now hold back on that. But we got to have somebody to push us. Sometimes we think because we think I gotta be careful. Good lord! But sometimes we think we might be doing somebody. I talk to it like this. Sometimes we think, okay, because I don't bother this person, or I'm not requiring this person to really go out and do much. I'm just letting them just do what they want to do. That hey, I'm doing that person a favor. Not necessarily. Sometimes you have to be able to push that person and ask them to do more of themselves because you might see they have a lot more that they can offer, kind of like a coach. A coach don't tell you just to do the bare minimum, and hey man, I ain't gonna really push you. Just do a little bit of lift a little bit of weights until you that you think it's okay, and then we're good. No, a coach is gonna push you beyond where you think you can go, till it actually hurts, so you can get that increase and to win. Well, we have to do that the same way to ourselves. We have to actually have someone or ourselves or a group to hold us accountable and say, hey, this is where we need to go. That's where I'm going at with this $1,000 a day. I'm gonna hold myself accountable. Hold it up to you all too to hold me accountable. I'm gonna be pushing this from now until March 20th. Hey, how y'all doing? Thanks for coming out. How was it? I don't know yet. You just getting ready to see. Well, how is it? Didn't get a refill. Did you need another spoon? Oh, okay, okay. That's no problem. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all for coming. We really appreciate it. That's no problem. Oh, they smell so good. I've been smelling them out here. I get embarrassed because I eat so many. I have to wait for them to leave so they don't say nothing. So I get mine after everybody leaves. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. But thank y'all again. Uh, but like I said, we have to have sometimes people to push us to get us to go to that next level, and that's what I'm doing. I want you all to hold me accountable. If anybody want to go along with us, we can do it. This is the time now. You start getting your business prepared. Start looking at your business, doing everything you need to do to make that run. Especially those that's in appliance repair. We have about we getting ready to make a run into our whatchamacallit, into our last push of the year, going into the cooking season. It's getting ready to start up in about a couple of weeks, and it'll go from then until like the Thanksgiving, and then it pretty much dies off. Almost everything dies off in December because everybody's in Santa Claus mode, and it doesn't really pick back up until around about February, March. So it'd be a good thing for people who doing appliance repair too. Not say die off on me. You going to sit around here crying because you ain't got no money coming in and you're gonna be dead broke. But it's just not as fast and it's not as demanding as it normally is during from the spring until fall. Wintertime it kind of dies off a little bit. So you all who got appliance repair businesses, this is a good time too to get in and make sure you crossing over that six-figure mark. From like I say, from March the 20th to September the 22nd, I'm going to be looking to make $1,000 a day, and I'd like for you all to come along on that journey with me. You all who got appliance repair businesses, even one man shows, it's easy. It should be easy for you to do that, to crack into that. Same thing. You all who have ice cream parlor businesses, you all should be able to crack over into that too. Well, I take that back. Depending on the actual location of your ice cream parlor business, you might be able to do it. Um, if you've been open 3 or 4 years, you should be ready to crack over into that. That's where I'm at now. I'm saying now, I gotta crack over into that every day, not just the weekends. I got to crack over into that every day. For 5 days a week, cracking over into that $1,000 a day every day, no exception. So that's what I want to do. I want to come to you all, talk to you all about that, let you know that's what I'm going to be doing. This is the last time we're going to do the hands-on live for this year, coming up on October the 11th, 12th, and 13th. If you want to get in now, be a great time and get prepared so you can make that run with us. In March to get that $1,000 a day. And like I say, I'm gonna be here holding myself accountable, holding you all accountable, and just going with us. And we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it just like we done the before 12 challenge. We're gonna post at the end of the day, wherever our end of our work day is, how much do we actually clear? Not say $1,000 a day. I'm going net. I'm going net. I'm not going gross. I'm gonna go net on mine. I want to net $1,000 a day. So But if somebody want to go get gross, that's good also. But we're gonna do it just like we done the before 12 challenge, and this right here, that $1,000 a day. Definitely, if I can crack that um, within those 6 months and get 120,000, I'm out. Hey, I know my retirement plan is dead solid, and I'm good. I'm gonna read a little bit of stuff we got going on in chats, and then I'm getting up out of here because we gotta go make some ice cream. Stoker reviews. Say what's up, Mike. What's up, Stoke? Frank Evans said what's up, Mike. What's going on? Stoker reviews. Hey, what's going on with Home Depot selling appliance parts? I don't know. I know Walmart used to sell them online and stuff. I haven't bought any from Home Depot. No, I know Amazon give you some good prices. I know a lot of people say they don't like the Amazon parts and stuff, but I'm telling you, Amazon gives you some great prices and some great deals. It's hard to beat Amazon. I know Home Depot was selling them too. Frank Evans, hey, yeah, that's easy for you, sir. Yeah, $1,000. I think it's gonna be easy. I take that back. Larry times I think I'm gonna be easy be end up kicking me in my butt. But I'm looking to do it passively. So if I can do $1,000 a day passively, um, uh, within those 6 months, I'm totally good with my retirement and moving on. Because like I say, the ice cream parlor in Rocky Mount, we're gonna open it on March the 20th. Um, uh, I, I hold that for later. Y'all see me out there, but we're gonna do. We're gonna open it on March the 20th, 2025. And when we open it, that's where we're going with it. That's gonna be the beginning of our season, and we're gonna close it September the 22nd, 2025. Will you be open 7 days? No, we just be open. We just be open 6 days. We always closed on on Monday. Because one thing why I'm closed on Mondays, because I have to wait for the milk to come back in, and we we make ice cream. So I have a little break in for us to actually make some ice cream, get our milk in, and also give me a chance over the weekend when we get really busy, over during the spring and the summer, weekends, always something breaks. And not the equipment breaks, but the if we get over, say we get over 150 people inside of in a day, I get over 150 people coming in through that those doors to the ice cream parlor. The actual systems start to break. So somebody gonna put something in the toilet. Somebody's gonna do something with the sink. Just something's gonna happen with the actual. Just so many people running in and out the building. Something's gonna happen with the building, and that give me time to actually get the building. And also, what I normally do on Mondays. Mondays is the day I go back and I kind of clean up everything, get everything cleaned up for the beginning of the week again. So that's the day I do all my. I'm not gonna be able to do that going forward, but I love to come in here and mop and clean up because it gives me a chance to actually look at the building. Give me a chance to kind of reminisce and gloat of where we at and stuff. And I kind of like that. But going forward, I'm not going to be able to mop here and mop and clean up over there in Rocky Mountain stuff. So so we'll just be open 6 days when we get busy. So from uh, the 20th of March 2025 to September 22nd, 2025, we'll be open 6 days out the week. No winter hours. Not in Rocky Mount at the walk up stand. We're not gonna have winter hours there. We have winter hours here at the one in Selma. Matter of fact, the one in Selma now is doing really good because we're already in our fall and winter hours. So we open Thursday through Sunday, and with that, all my sales now are getting pushed just to those days. I don't have to have as much labor and stuff. And so, with that being said, I'm making my sales are looking about the same with less labor and stuff. um, it's actually pretty good. It's actually really good. So I'm happy with that. But nah, we keep this one open year round. I normally close at the beginning of the year. At the very beginning of the year, after New Year's, we'll close like the first week or the second week of the beginning of the year. And normally, what I do then, I actually do some renovations and stuff to the actual shop to get it to where I want to go. This time around, we're gonna actually do one more renovation to this one. It's not as big as we done last time, but something that my daughter wants and something that the staff keeps saying. We're gonna put some actual bench seats in there, so we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna have to get a way to actually bring in the actual merchandise a little bit. So we'll have that. Okay, okay. Frank Evans, what's the hardest part of working for you there? Um, I guess you talking about working. The hardest part of working here in the ice cream parlor. The hardest part working the ice cream parlor, it's not really that hard. The ice cream parlor is not that hard. Um, it's just sometimes you're dealing with high school kids. So if you're dealing with high school kids, you got the same problems that the teachers and them have. So so you have those issues. Um, that's about it. That's about it. It ain't that hard. It ain't that hard. When I try to do something that we're not equipped to do, like if I try to take it, like for instance, we've been doing a lot of events. Going out doing the event is not something that we do a lot of. We do them, once or twice a month, but we don't do it like we do here every day. So with that, we don't have enough experience out there doing those huge big events. And when we do that, we just not staffed properly. We That's not something uh, that we're able to. We're not able to work at that pace that's required to go do a $3,000 or $4,000 person event. So I kind of stay away from those big events now, and I do the small, more personal events. So we're doing the small, more personal event. I don't have to have we don't have to have as much ice cream. We don't have to be as busy, and we can give more attention to the detail with that. So with that, also we're doing a lot more weddings. We're actually learning that, and weddings is a little bit different game. I'm finding out. With the weddings, you can charge a little bit more with the weddings, but it's some stuff you like. For instance, we just done a wedding not too long ago. But uh, with the wedding, they have to tell us how many people that they're gonna be expecting to come in to the wedding. So from that head count, that's how much ice cream we tell them they need to purchase in order to so everybody can get some ice cream. Okay, but hey, how y'all doing? Doing great. But what happened when you give that number, you have to let the wedding coordinator know, and you have to let the bride and groom them know that that's that number of ice cream, that the amount of ice cream I'm telling you is is based upon one serving per person. So what happens? We just done a wedding one not too about a week ago. We done a wedding not too week about a week ago, and what happened? My staff don't want to tell why are you gonna try to pour that in that close of a. Well, anyway, they're trying to park in something real close, and they got all the other places that they can park. Why are they gonna? I don't know. Well, anyway, you like they figured it out. They ain't working. Okay, they figured it out. They can pull in front. Okay, he got it. All right. But anyway, uh, the servers that I had, the scoopers, they weren't comfortable telling the actual guests that you can't get but one scoop and you can't get but one flavor. So what happened when the people came through, they got some people got multiple flavors. Not only that, when you're doing that, you have to tell them this is the size cups that you need to get for a wedding. Uh, don't go get a huge bowl and a huge cup, because what happened? I'm gonna give you a 1 4 ounce scoop, and if you get this Jeffro Bodine bowl, and I got one scoop in there, it's gonna look like you cheaping out on your on your actual clients, not clients, but your guests. So what you want to do, you want to make sure you get that 4 ounce cup, or you want to get no more than a 6 ounce cup if you're gonna have toppings. And so what happened when I scoop it out and put it in there, they got room to put their toppings and stuff on a 6 ounce cup, and it looks filled up, and they think they get a nice portion. So that's the stuff that you have to make them aware of. That's stuff that we're learning now. Also, you because we're hand scooping ice cream, you have to make them aware that that's part of you want us to do a couple of different things. Um, with the ice cream. The ice cream is more of a social thing. It's not something. Let me. It's not like I'm going to go get some sweet tea and go sit down and enjoy my dinner. You want us there either during the cocktail hour, or you want us there at the very end, where you want people to be socialized and not just and interacting and keeping people kind of engaged. So we I like the cocktail hour. If I can come in the cocktail hour, and I can do like my uh, sorbets and stuff. Where I can do like mango mimosas, sorbets. If I can do just stuff like that, I got stuff for kids. I got stuff for adults, and it's something to kind of keep them in between and stuff as they getting ready to go eat and while they taking pictures. Or at the very end, if I'm doing it at the very end, same thing. It becomes more of a conversational piece. You're getting ice cream. You got some adult flavors. It's homemade. It's getting scooped, and so it's not going to be something where you want me to just rush everybody through and get them sitting down. There's some things is going to take a couple of minutes. Going to be a little bit of a line. Now I can bring in all these scoopers, so ain't nobody got to wait at all. But when I do that, the price goes up and up and up, and then it still get to a point where you it's almost like a child line, and it doesn't build. I think the doesn't build the suspense of I want to get some really good ice cream because this stuff is homemade. It's kind of like, oh, I'm just handing out popsicles almost. So we starting to learn that, and that's something we can educate our actual clients and let them know this is why we do this, and this is why you need to have this. Um, and it's something that's good. It's something that's good. How's the popcorn business? The popcorn business is just starting to kick off. We getting ready to start doing our fundraisers. So that's going to start kicking off this month. As a matter of fact, we got a couple of fundraisers coming up. Not September, in October. We got a couple of fundraisers coming up. I'm going to be popping next week doing Rocking on Rayford. This is a great time to pop our popcorn, and so it's gonna be a good time for that too. Frank Evans, what about as far as workers' comp or insurance when it comes to dealing with kids? It's the same thing. Workman's comp, you get your workman's comp. Workman's comp is based upon the salary, how much you pay. So you're not really paying the kids that much salary. So workman's comp is not that bad. General liability insurance, same thing you do with your appliance repair. You have your general liability insurance with them. So it's not bad. The only thing that could get you if you're gonna have a vehicle and have them actually driving back and forth to events and stuff. Now that would get you because that vehicle has to cover whoever's driving to the event and stuff. And if you got inexperienced drivers and stuff, that could get you. So I'm the only person right now, myself and my wife, we're the only people that can actually drive the actual vehicles to the events and stuff. So I drive all the vehicles to the events and drop them off. If my kids would like to start doing the events, then I'll add them on so they can actually drive the vehicles back and forth, and that way the trailer will be covered too, the food trailer. But that's the only thing that can get to be a little bit expensive, a little bit a little bit tricky, depending on the actual age of the person and the experience of the person driving. Thanks. All right. Aaron 956 says, I'm looking to hire another technician. How do I negotiate what their how do I go negotiate what they're potentially be earning? It depends on what you're gonna be paying. You know, paying if they if there's somebody that's just starting off, don't know anything, then they not gonna it's not gonna be somebody that you're gonna be paying a lot of money to. Back in the days when I was hiring technicians, well, I was doing subs. When I was hiring subs, I would what you call. I'll give them a starting off because they don't know they can't run a full route. They're only gonna be doing one or two stops per day, like I tell you all. So I would give them a base salary. So I would tell them, okay, I'm gonna pay you what you call $700 or $800 a week. Uh, Cash. That you're gonna be 1099. I give you 750, $800 a week, cash starting off. And you're just gonna run out and you're gonna do these service calls. They're gonna do one or two stops per day. From there, uh, they would ride with me for about 2 weeks, and then what I would do about the third week, the week before the appliances that we went and looked at and diagnosed, they would go the next week by themselves to put those parts on. And in the meantime, I would throw in one or two new appliances for them to actually diagnose. So I would run that for another 2 weeks, and then from there, I would actually keep getting them enough calls up until they was able to run about 4 or 5 stops per day. Once they got to a point where they can run 4 or 5 stops a day, then I will whatchamacall. Then I will go ahead and I'll tell them, hey, what I do instead of me paying, hey, how you doing? All right, instead of me paying you that $800 a week, I pay you $30 per stop, or $40 per stop, and from there, you just tell me how many stops you want to do. And so what they'll do, they'll say, okay, give me 5 stops. So 5 stops times 5 stops times 40, that's $200. They'll make that day. And what they'll do, they'll go out, and so now they got the capabilities. Instead of making $800 a week, they can make $1,000 a week, and they can do as many as they want. I wouldn't start off more if you're going to do it that way. I wouldn't start off doing more than uh, uh, well, I wouldn't start off doing more than 30 or $40 because you gotta have somewhere to go to. Because what happened in a year or two, they not gonna want the $40 anymore. You need to be able to bump it up again. Say, okay, I give you 45, or something like that. The most I would give is 50, for them to go out and diagnose, and $50 to go put the part on. I supplied the van for them to do it in, because I found out once they got to a point, no, when they making that 800 or $1,000 a week, you don't have no problem at all with those subs, those technicians. But as soon as they start bumping up $1,500 or $2,000 a week, that's when the problem started. Because then they know their value, and that's when they start pushing back. They want to cherry pick the calls. They want to cherry pick what town they going to and all that stuff. Once they start making money, but it's $800 a week and stuff, they never complain. When they start making $1,500 or more a week, I had complaints all the time. And they would look at the route. Why you got me going here? Can you take this route? Can you take this call back? No, I don't want to. I don't want to do. I don't want to do this. I don't want to put a Bosch uh, wash motor in or whatever. No, they start picking and choosing, and not only that, they had their own they had their own calls they were doing, and so a lot of times they just got to the point where it's time for them to move on. So once they start making about $1,500 a week, I knew then shortly they'd be moving on. So when they moved on, I had somebody else come back in. And I didn't mind them moving on because I always like to bring somebody else in for that $700 to $800 a week and work their way back up, so I can get a higher percentage of the money coming in. So, but that's the way I've done it for many years. Frank Evans laugh a lot. I was like that when I was at Sears. Yeah, once they start knowing what they're doing, and they know what's involved, they complain about all the calls, all the routes. No, why you got me out here? I don't want to ride out there. Can you get this one? I got something to do this afternoon. I ain't gonna be able to get back in time. So I just, okay, it's time for them to move on. But yeah, that. That's what normally happens. That's the way it happened back then. And same thing. You have that with the whatchamacall, with those subs, with the ice cream parlors, with the high school kids. You have the same thing. All of them wants to work. They'll tell you, Mr. Sneed, you only let me work. You only put us down for 4 hours a day. Um, let us do. I much rather you let me do all my. Cause most of them now during the fall, they'll work anywhere between 8 to 12 hours a week. The kids. So what they'll do, they'll work 4 hours on Friday, 4 hours on Saturday, and 4 hours on Sunday. And so what they always ask me, Mr. Sneed, let me do 8 hours on Saturday. Let me do 8 hours on Sunday. And I'll be like, nah, I'll only do 4 hours. No, I'm gonna come. But as soon as you schedule them for uh for 8 hours, what's gonna happen? They're gonna call in and say, I got an emergency, my mom this or this happened. And so now you go not now and you only got 2 to 3 people here. So if somebody don't show up, you losing 33% of your workforce or you losing 50% of your workforce. So you gotta have people show up. So what happened? Um, now instead of you down for one shift for half a day, now you're down a whole day, and so then that means I have to come out here for a whole day and fill in your spot. I don't mind coming out here for a half a day filling in your spot. A half a day I don't mind. Okay, they only down from 12 to 4. Hey, how you doing? Doing good. Thanks for coming in. All right. Now, so if they only down between 12 and 4, or they only down between 4 and 8, I don't mind that. I can come out here and work those 4 hours and be okay. Because whatever I'm going to do, I can go do what I got to do and come back. So if I got something that I need to do, I say okay, that person going to be out. Um, for that half a day. I just push my stuff to the afternoon, or I push my stuff first, or I go do what I need to do first thing that morning, and then I'm done and I'm out. So if I'm going somewhere, I would tell I can tell them, hey, we're gonna have to leave a little late. I gotta go in to work for a couple hours, and then I'm coming back. Same thing if I'm someplace that I go to, I just say, hey, I gotta leave, get back to the store. I gotta be back there at 4 o'clock. So it's fine. But if I got to spend the whole day, I don't like that. If you schedule a high school kids, don't let them work no more than 4 hours per shift, because they're going to call out and you're going to be stuck. Also, with the high school kids, uh, they get bored after about 4 hours and they start to play. So you keep them in at about 4 hours. Okay, Brandon Benton. When should you place the new hire on W-2s, and what's the cons of hiring a W-2? I didn't do W-2s. Only reason I do W-2s now here at the ice cream parlor is because I hire high school kids. That's the only reason why I hire high school kids. When I was doing my actual appliance repair business, I didn't do W-2s. I done 1099s. I done the 1099s because I did not like the W-2s. The W-2s, what happened, and I only do part time. I don't have nobody full time here. Everybody's part time here at the ice cream parlor. The only thing about doing the W-2s, it was so hard to get to fire somebody. If you had somebody that weren't going to work out or done something, you fire them. Guess what? They're eligible to go get unemployment with that W-2. You pay unemployment insurance, but guess what? Even though you pay unemployment insurance, if they and the unemployment people, I don't care what it is, they gonna give it to them. They're gonna say, yeah, you got to pay unemployment. So now unemployment is what we'll call. If they're getting back in those days when I had the people, Obama and them was giving them $400 a week unemployment insurance. And guess what? Are responsible, even though the guy wasn't working. I still had to pay $200 a week almost for to go towards that $400 a week that the government was giving. So the government just don't give it to them. You still gotta pay. You gotta pay a portion of their salary if they file unemployment on you. And then on top of that, now that because you had somebody file unemployment on you, now your unemployment insurance goes up, and so now you got to pay more in unemployment insurance and stuff. And I just said, forget it. I'm not having no more W-2 people. I don't want to be paying nobody child support, and I don't want to be paying none of that stuff. That's another thing too. If somebody what you call, you got W-2, you are responsible for paying their child support, not they are. The child support people gonna send you a note, and they're gonna tell you, send you a letter, and it's up to you to actually make sure that that child support get there. So now he can I give 1099s. If it don't work out, don't come back, and I ain't got to bother with them no more. You pay your own child support. You pay you handle everything. I don't want nothing to do with it. You on your own. Frank Evans. I thought you could contest unemployment. And this is I'm gonna go back to here too about the W-2. That's the other thing too. You paying them a lot of you paying these techs. You gonna be paying them a lot of money. So your workman's comp gonna if you start you get a couple of different technicians. Your workman's comp gonna be gonna be whoa. Uh, your workman's comp is gonna be more than your taxes. Because they're gonna base it upon your salary, and so it's crazy. So I don't want no employees. 1099, I could waive it because I say I don't have no employees. I could waive workman's comp. Frank Evans, I thought you could. Yeah, you can. You go to the meeting and contest it, but they gonna give it to them. You guys think you're in a the government is giving everybody everything, and they not they no shoot no right now they give look at everything they're giving people from illegals and all that, and you're a business, you're a bad person, so you go up there and thinking I don't care what they don't cost you thousands of dollars, they don't curse you out and stuff. Long as they don't quit, they're gonna make you pay the unemployment. They're gonna make you pay it, and you can go there and contest it and all you want to, but you're gonna end up paying that unemployment. I never won an unemployment hearing. Brandon Benton. Wow. Yep. Oh, he has. Yeah, he got child support. So what's going to happen? He going the child support people. He's going to go back to court, and he's going to tell them. Thank you. He's going to go back to court, and they're going to ask him, does he have a job now? He's going to give him you as his employee, and the child support people then going to send you a letter and saying this is where you need to make sure that his child you got to pull this money out of his paycheck. You gotta give it to your accountant. The accountant. Hey, how y'all doing? Thank y'all again. You're welcome. All right, so you're gonna have to. They're gonna what you call? They're gonna say, okay, this is the account number for his child support. You give that to your accountant or whoever doing your payroll services, and they're gonna have to make sure that money get pulled out and get sent there. So what happened if it don't get pulled out and get sent there? Uh, they coming to get you. They're gonna have you come up there and and you got to tell the court, child support court, why you ain't sending the money there. Because they say you his employer, you gotta get that money there. They hold you responsible to get it there. So yeah, so nah, they can have all of that. I do not want no full time employees, none whatsoever. No, I don't care 2 cents about having full time employees. Like I say, all of these young kids are part time. They're in high school. And there's nobody here. Well, I take that back. I used to say that. Ain't nobody here trying to raise no family. I did have. I leave that alone. Ain't nobody here trying to raise no family off of scooping ice cream. They're here as long as they got some money, go to the football game, get them a pair of sneakers, and get back and forth and do their high school stuff. They're happy. They know when times slow down. The hours get cut, and they don't complain. This is their first job, and they're just happy to be making their own little money and a little paycheck. Frank Evans, man, I've been down that road. Yep. Yeah, thank you for applause repair. Yeah, so I'm not keen on I don't like the W-2s. I like 1099s. That worked better for me. With the ice cream parlor, it worked good. The other thing too with the 1099, um, you're responsible. You're responsible for paying their taxes too. You got to pay that money, and you got to match their Social Security. So it ain't just the money that they make with the W-2. So whoever they got going in for Social Security, you got to come out your pocket and match that with that, and you go to jail quick behind those taxes and stuff. So what happened? Um, if you're going to do that, this is what you have to do. If you're gonna play that game, where you're gonna be where you're gonna be uh, uh, if you're gonna play that game where you're gonna have W-2, you gotta have what's it called, a payroll business, a payroll checking account. I call mine withholding. So my withholding account is where all of my payroll go. So what happened at the end of at the end of your payroll cycle, your accountant or whoever does payroll for you, they'll tell you how much your total payroll is, including everything you gotta pay. Uh, the gross payroll, no, the FICA, Social Security, all that stuff. They give you that number. Take that whole amount out of your operating account and put it into the withholding account, and then you pay the paycheck out of the withholding account for the net pay. So then you give the net pay. That way you know your paychecks are not going to bounce because you've taken that whole amount and put it over there. Your paychecks are now good. Not only that, now that because you only paying out the paychecks and stuff out of there, the net pay, the gross, the remainder is sitting in there. So what happened at the end of every quarter or whatever, when you got now pay your taxes for them because they don't wait till the end of the year. They want end of every quarter or so. And sometimes in the state of North Carolina, depending on how much your state taxes are, that they ain't gonna wait till the end of the quarter. They want they want the state of North Carolina, depending on how big it is, because they so broke, the state of North Carolina, and they like crack things. They want to know they want you to give them actual access to your to that withholding account. So what they're gonna do, they're gonna look in and they're gonna say at the end of this month or at the end of this week, how much do they owe? Shit, they owe 2,000. They're just gonna pull it out your account. They ain't gonna wait for you to send it in. They say we need to be able to go directly in there and pull that thing out for those employees. And if you got two or three service techs making 75, 80,000 a year, which was pretty common for the service tech. The state of North Carolina back then, they'd come pull it every week or so. They wanted to have access to that account to pull it out. Then they can't wait for it. They need money right then and there. I said, I ain't got time to deal with that. So with this one, I have all my withholdings, all my sales tax, and all that stuff. It sits right there in that account. So when my accountant tell me, hey, um, time for us to do to pay your taxes, your whatever. This is the amount. When can I pull it? You can pull it tomorrow because it's already sitting there, and they go get it, and no problem. And so that's the stuff that you have to start doing. And like I say, with here, these high school kids, for high school, they make pretty good just working 2 to 3 days out the week. Their checks be anywhere 120 to sometimes $200, and they like it. They love it, and they live at home with their parents, and you can tell when they first you can tell when they first come here, start working at the beginning, you can tell that their parents are buying their clothes. You can tell. I can tell every time when they first come, their parents are buying their clothes. After about maybe 3 or 4 paychecks, I can start to tell when they're buying their own clothes because their whole dress and everything start to change, and and everything about them start to change, and they get into their own personality. I start seeing then when I start seeing on their shift, a lot of times on their shift, they'll what you call they have like Uber Eats or DoorDash coming over here. I said, yeah, they now they're getting to be there. They're getting to be older because they'll do that. Sometimes they'll do a pizza. I've seen them do that here a lot of times. Like in between the shifts, like the shift is ending and another shift is coming, and they'll tell one of their friends that's coming in, hey, stop in, and everybody gonna get a pizza. They'll order a pizza, and they kind of hang out and eat their pizza together. Like today, one of the young ladies, I saw her here when I came back. She worked the first shift. She stayed over the second shift because two of her friends are here working, and they do this. They'll come in on their day off and sit down and do their homework. They're sitting here. I tell them, I say, y'all got some boring lives as high school kids to come to work and hang out. But I come here, Mr. Sneak, I can do my homework and I don't have to worry about my family and stuff bothering me. But they'll do that. They'll come here and they're sitting here and do their homework after their shift and stuff and talk to their friends. So they like it. They like it. They like it. Frank Evans, I know somebody's looking down on you and smiling. I hope so. Because no, maybe I say this. I hope people are looking down on me, smiling. So I know a lot of people are looking at me face to face and frowning at me. I know a lot of times people look at me in my face and frown because, like I say, what I'm doing is something that's very new. It's to my family. To my family, it's very, very new. And it's something that scares my family. This stuff that I do. Like I'm telling somebody, I'm gonna make. Like I'm telling you all, I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna try. I am. I'm gonna do $1,000 a day from spring until the fall. That's what I'm gonna do. But if I'm telling my family that stuff, they might not be able to see that. They don't like that. They want to just be comfortable where you at. No, that's just not me. That's just not me. I have to actually keep pushing and getting more out of what I have. So with that, but this is all I'm going to do. I'm not going out here developing anything else. I because I know I don't like to do that because that takes too much. I don't like to do that because that takes too much of my resources, time wise, physical, and finances to do it. Um, I'll I was talking to a couple earlier today, and they have a lot of property. They have a lot of property. They say they wouldn't have if you ask them, they say they don't have that much property, but they have a lot of property. And and we were talking, and I was telling them, about my situation. I know I'm 100,000. I'm right at 100,000 in on finishing up this thing. And I'm looking. I'm not looking. I am. I'll be back even board. By the end of. Hey, how you doing? I'll be back even board. Next year. I'll be back. I have my 100,000 cash back in my pocket next year. And so I was telling them. I was like, it kind of, my wife is nervous about that. She ain't nervous. She pissed off. She pissed off. She's like, why are you putting your? She look at it. Why are you putting your money out there? You taking out money, putting it out there, uh, and so she's pissed off about that. That you taking all their money, putting it out there, and and she look at it as that money is gone. I don't look at it as that money is gone. I look at it. I just took it out the bank and I put it there, and I have all my cash back by the end of next year. But in the meantime, yeah, I have to do stuff to keep cash flow coming until I get back into the spring. So that's why I'm running service calls. So when I get back into just keep my cash flow going until I get into the spring until my crop come back in. Once my crop come back in, I'm back out. But I was talking to them, and I'm thinking 100,000, and they tell me they 12 million. I was like, whoa, and they okay. They felt good about it. 12 million in. I was like, wow, okay. My stuff felt a whole lot better. And with that, uh, and Mars is something that I can get back. I can. I don't think I personally, with the skill set I have now, I couldn't get back to 12 million. Get back from 12 million. But I can if my boat crashed right now, I can get back 100,000 in a year. I've done it before, uh, where I was in right at about 100,000, and in less than 2 years, I paid all of it out, and back out of it. So this doesn't scare me, and I'm good. I just know I need to get to the spring. Once I get to the spring, I'm good. Uh, hey, what's going on? That's my niece. Hey, what's going on, Felicia? Your sister said, "Hey, tell everybody at Snowball." I said, "Hey, yeah, that's my niece right there." But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. I want you all to come along with me. Next spring, we're gonna go from March the 20th to September the 22nd. We're gonna do $1,000 a day. That gives me my 120,000. And with that, I'll be totally and all that money. I don't get. I don't. All that money is going back to fill in my pot, fill in my little pothole. So that's all that money go back to fill in my little pothole, and I'll back even board, and I'll be able to close the doors on September the 22nd over in Rocky Mount. The way the doors are closed now, and then open them back up the next first day of spring. So the first day of fall, I'll close the doors. First day of spring, I'll open the doors. And so you'll be able to follow me with that. And like I say, I have all my cash, my little pothole filled back in. Um, I can get my wife back off my back, and then from there, I'm pretty much free, unless same thing I told them earlier today. I said only thing that I would go for if I find me some land, if I can find me a nice little piece of land, not to develop or anything, but just to have. I want to be able. I need to. I got vehicles everywhere. I don't have nowhere pretty much to work at. Not like working on the vehicles. That's my little hobby and little fun stuff I like to do. I don't have nowhere to work on my vehicles. I don't have nowhere to keep my stuff. I just want to have a centralized place where I can keep all my trailers. I can keep all of my service vehicles. Well, I'm not saying service vehicles. It's not that I actually doing service calls, but I have like my dump trucks. I have some box trucks. I have that type of stuff. Get all that stuff in one place where I can actually keep it there and whatnot. So if I can get me a nice little piece of land, I would just put me a nice little what they call like a condominium on there. It'd be someplace just a big garage barn like with just have 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So it'd be a place that if we wanted to go on the weekend and hang out, we could go there and hang out, and it'll be a place for me to go out and just kind of work on my cars and stuff like that to get my stuff from out of the way. So, so once again, it's starting to rain out here. I want to thank all y'all for watching. I'll be back on Thursday. We'll be back at the. It's gonna be raining all next week. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able. I look, we got rain starting tomorrow, starting right now. We got rain coming in all next week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to have enough of a break to get that one plumbing thing done. So I gotta see. I'm gonna be fighting hard to get the plumbing done next week. There you go, Pete. Yeah, yeah, that land will come in handy when the wife throws you out. Yeah, 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 no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, she threatened to throw me out several times the last couple of weeks. Uh, yeah, so I need to go ahead and start building me some place to go. But yeah, so I gotta get me some land. So I can like I said, I want it. I want it. I want it. I want about 10 to 12 acres. And like I said, I go out there and shoot my guns. Just get away. Just get away. I love setting out here. But the only thing when I set out here and I try to get out there and do some work in the shop, I get a lot of people knocking on the doors, coming in and stuff. I'm not able to really work on stuff that I need, and I can't pull a vehicle in. If I could pull my vehicles in, um, I could be a whole lot better off. Like I say, my actual my little Jeep that you all see. I gotta do some more work to that. We're gonna start that. He said he could probably December. I'm like 2 cars, 2 to 3 cars in. So around December he's gonna get that. And I should get it back at the beginning of the year. But I like to bring it in so I can do more work that I want to do customized to me to do. And I might would do if I could get had a garage that I could bring cars into trucks into. I might would take a old mail service truck or some like old milk truck and retrofit that into like a retro ice cream truck or something. So we'll see. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'm out of here. I'll see you all on Thursday. Bye bye.